Hello and welcome to Deep Minutes, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of philosophical ideas and thinkers. Today we're going to talk about Anaximander, one of the earliest and most influential pre-Socratic philosophers. Anaximander was born in the 6th century BC in Miletus, a city in ancient Greece that was a center of intellectual and cultural activity. He was a student of Thales, the first philosopher who tried to explain the nature of reality using natural causes rather than myths and legends. Anaximander was also a teacher of Anaximander, another prominent pre-Socratic philosopher. Anaximander was not only a philosopher, but also a scientist, astronomer, geographer, and inventor. He's credited with making the first map of the world, designing a sundial, and constructing a model of the cosmos. But what makes Anaximander so interesting and important for philosophy? Well, Anaximander was the first philosopher to introduce the concept of the apeiron, which means the infinite, the boundless, or the indeterminate. Anaximander believed that the apeiron was the source and origin of everything that exists, and that it was also the ultimate reality that transcended all the opposites and contradictions that we perceive in the world. For Anaximander, the apeiron was not a physical substance, but a metaphysical principle that governed the order and harmony of the cosmos. He said that the apeiron was immortal and indestructible, and that it encompassed all things and directed all things. But how did the apeiron produce the world that we see around us? Anaximander proposed that the apeiron generated the basic elements of nature, such as fire, air, water, and earth, through a process of separation and opposition. He said that the apeiron was constantly in motion, and that it created pairs of opposites that were in conflict with each other, such as hot and cold, wet and dry, light and dark, and so on. These opposites then form the different substances and phenomena that we observe in the natural world. For example, Anaximander said that the earth was a flat disk that floated in the center of the universe, surrounded by a ring of fire that was hidden by a layer of mist. He also said that the sun, the moon, and the stars were holes in the mist that allowed the fire to shine through. He also explained the seasons, the eclipses, the tides, and the earthquakes using his theory of the elements and the opposites. But Anaximander did not stop there. He also applied his concept of the apeiron to the realm of ethics and justice. He said that the opposites that emerged from the apeiron were not only in conflict but also in balance. He said that each opposite had to give back what it took from the other, and that there was a cosmic law that ensured that everything returned to its source in the end. He said that this law was necessity, which he also called fate or destiny. He said that necessity was the ruler of all things, and that it was unjust for anything to claim to be eternal or everlasting. Anaximander also applied this idea to the origin and evolution of life. He said that the first living beings emerged from the moist element and that they adapted to different environments over time. He said that humans originally came from fish, like creatures that lived in the water, and that they gradually developed lungs and skin when they moved to the land. He also said that humans were the most intelligent and capable of all animals, but also the most unhappy and insecure because they had to struggle for their survival and deal with their mortality. So what can we learn from Anaximander today? How can his philosophy help us to live a fulfilled life? Well, Anaximander's philosophy invites us to think beyond the limits of our senses and our common sense and to explore the mysteries of the universe and the origins of existence. He challenges us to question the assumptions and prejudices that we have about ourselves and the world, and to seek the underlying principles and causes that explain the diversity and complexity of reality. He also encourages us to recognize the interdependence and balance of all things, and to respect the natural order and justice that governs the cosmos. He warns us to avoid arrogance and hubris, and to accept our place and role in the grand scheme of things. He also inspires us to use our reason and imagination, and to develop our skills and talents, to make the best of our lives, and to contribute to the common good. Anaximander was a visionary and a pioneer of philosophy who opened new horizons of thought and inquiry for generations to come. His philosophy is still relevant and fascinating today, as it offers us a way to understand ourselves and the world in a deeper and more holistic way. Thank you for watching this video, and hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your comments and questions below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on Anaximander and his philosophy. Until next time, keep philosophizing